Usually it takes just a second. All right, we will call the St. Paul City Council to order. Roll call.
Jalali,
Here.
Naker,
Here.
Prince, Tao, Tolbert,
Here.
Yang,
Here.
Council President Brenmon.
Here.
5 present, 2 absent, being council members Prince and Tao, and they both are excused.
Thank you. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Consent agenda items 3 through 10 are before you for your consideration.
Is there anything on consent that should be taken separately? I will pull item number 10 off consent just for quick acknowledgement. Is there anything else to come off consent? All right, seeing none, Mr. Tolbert moves the balance. Any discussion? Roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The consent agenda is adopted as amended. Item number 10 is Resolution 21-1049, approving the appointment of Jessica Larson Johnston as the legislative aide in Ward 5.
And I just wanted to pull this off. I believe it'll pass. Not a controversial issue, but and I had recently sent out an email message to council, mayor's office, and directors about the appointment of Jessica Larson Johnson as a Ward 5 aide. And I think anybody, council members on this call, know how important this role is in making sure things run smoothly, that policies become enacted, and that projects get done. And so I'm really excited and looking forward to working with Jessica Larson Johnson. She is she's a real true St. Paulite. I was going to say St. Paulsian, but that doesn't seem right. St. Paulite in every definition of the word, and really excited to dig in and do the work of the council as well. So I'm excited, and I would move approval on this item. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The resolution is adopted. Item number 11 is the final adoption of Ordinance 21-26, amending Chapter 310.02 of the Legislative Code to allow reapplication within a year if a licensed applicant can provide evidence of rehabilitation as outlined in Minnesota Statute 364.03 Subdivision 3.
And I believe on this item, Ms. Yang is moving a version 2. Would you like to describe a version 2, Ms. Yang?
Yes. Yep. We're just doing like some language edits to make sure that there's gender neutral language in the ordinance here.
Great. So just really technical changes, and this is something that we are working on. Anytime we revise our language in our policies, ordinance, and code to make sure that it's gender neutral. I was saying this morning on our at our council meeting that there's plenty of places in our code that refers to always contractors as he and him, or lawyers as he or him, and making these gender neutral is an important change. And obviously doing it all at one time would be a huge undertaking, but picking away at it piece by piece is important. So thank you for making this change. So you will be moving version 2, and then I'm looking to Ms. Moore. We can move version 2, close the public hearing, and lay the matter, or do we have to keep the public hearing open?
It isn't a public hearing, so you just need to, the motion would be to approve the amendment and lay over.
Right, and I'm making sure I don't believe that the change is such that would require additional public hearing. Correct. Okay, wonderful. Ms. Yang.
Thanks. Excuse me, I forgot to add something. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Councilmember Tolbert for bringing up the amendment here. So wanted to say thank you.
Awesome. That is fantastic. All right, so Ms. Yang moves version 2. Any discussion? Roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmont.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The amendment is approved and the ordinance is laid over to July 28th for final adoption. Item number 12 is ordinance 21-28, amending section 157.03 of the legislative code to prohibit parking at electric vehicle charging stations in the public right-of-way unless the vehicle is an electric vehicle using the charger station.
All right, and a couple things on this item. The public hearing has been held virtually, as such people have been able to testify either by phone, by email. And additionally, this was noticed incorrectly in our legal ledger, so we will, the motion will be to continue the public hearing for a final vote next week, just to make sure that the notice of the public hearing, as you can see, there isn't a lot of public testimony. I don't know if that will change, but we do want to make sure the public has had that 1 week opportunity to weigh in on this item. Is there any discussion on this public hearing date? All right, seeing none, Ms. Jalali moves to continue the public hearing for a final vote in 1 week. Any discussion? Roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmont.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is continued to July 28th when a final vote can also occur. Item 13 is Resolution Public Hearing 21-167, amending the financing and spending plan of the Department of Parks and Recreation in the amount of $187,100 to reflect 2021 grant funding from the Capital Region Watershed District for Como Region Park Transportation Improvements Phase 2.
All right, and this public hearing was held virtually. As such, I would move to close the public hearing and approve. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmont.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. Item 14 is Resolution Public Hearing 21-168, amending the capital improvement budget in the amount of $666,636 to reflect funding dollar amounts restored in the state fiscal year 2020 and 2021 Parks and Trails funding for parks projects.
And this is a public hearing that was held virtually. As such, folks were able to participate online and over the phone. So Ms. Naker would move to close the public hearing and approve. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmont.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. Item 15 is Resolution Public Hearing 21-169, amending the 2021 financing spending plans in the Library Agency for the Library Services and Technology Act Digital Navigators Pilot Grant.
And this item has held its public hearing virtually. As such, Mr. Tolbert would move to close the public hearing and approve. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yeah.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmont.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. Item number 16, Resolution Public Hearing 21-172, approving the application of Water Lantern Festival for a sound level variance in order to present amplified sound on July 31st at 1400 Phelan Drive, Phelan Park Beach House.
All right, and this public hearing has been held virtually. As such, Ms. Yang would move to close the public hearing and approve. Any discussion on that motion? Ms. Yang?
Thank you, Council President. I wanted to just say a few words about what this event is. And first wanted to express I was so relieved seeing it being shared out on Facebook, just because I feel like when I think about the past 1.5 years, I feel like everyone can use what this event is all about, which is so much about healing. So the Water Lantern Festival is an event that happens annually in the Twin Cities. It'll be hosted at Lake Phelan Regional Park. The history of the Lantern Festival and its historical origins dates back to ancient times in East Asia. With its rich history today, the Lantern Festival is also celebrated here in the US, and it brings together generations of all ages, communities across all neighborhoods, and small businesses to come together, creating beautiful memories of happiness, warmth, and unity with families and neighbors. And I'm so happy to see the Water Lantern Festival be held at Phelan Park this year after a year of being separated by the pandemic, a year of loss for everyone, from family members to friends and so much more. This year, our community can come together and enjoy this festival together. And I really hope to see folks there and want to encourage you to share it out on Facebook when you see it and share it to friends as well and family members.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And any other discussion on the motion? All right, seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, none opposed. Public hearing is closed and the resolution is adopted. The legislative hearing officer recommends adoption of the following resolutions as no objections to these recommendations were received. Item 20, RLH FCO 21-99, 765 Edgerton Street. Item 21, RLH TA 21-286, 1164 Edmond Avenue. Item 25, RLH VO 21-19, 865 Jesse Street. Item 27, RLH TA 21-262, 1803 Margaret Street. Item 29, RLH TA 21-267, 1358 Phelan Boulevard. Item 30, RLH TA 21-322, 856 Raymond Avenue. Item 33, RLH TA 21-272, 1802 Ross Avenue. Item 34, RLH SAO 21-53, 1941 Stanford Avenue. Item 35, RLH SAO 21-51, 855 3rd Street East. Item 37, RLH TA 21-303, 925 Wilson Avenue. Item 38, RLH AR 21-53, collection of vacant building registration. Item 39, RLH AR 21-54, securing and/or emergency boarding services. Item 40, RLH AR 21-55, collection of fire certificate of occupancy. Item 41, RLH AR 21-56, excessive use of inspection or abatement services. Item 42, RLH AR 21-57, disease tree removal services. Item 43, RLH AR 21-58, dangerous tree removal services. Item 44, RLH AR 21-59, towing of abandoned vehicles. And the motion is to adopt these items.
All right, so moved by Ms. Jalali. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang,
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, none opposed. Public hearings are closed and the resolutions are adopted. For the following items, no objections to the legislative hearing officer's amended recommendations were received, and therefore she recommends amendment and adoptions. Item 17, RLH BO 21-14, 702 Aurora Avenue. Item 22, RLH TA 21-284, 854 Euclid Street. Item 24, RLH TA 21-59, 104 Fairview Avenue South. Item 23, RLH TA 21-21, 1030 4th Street East. Item 31, RLH TA 21-36, 1187 Rainy Avenue. And item 36, RLH TA 21-17, 634 Watson Avenue. And the motion is to amend and adopt these items.
So moved by Mr. Tolbert. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang.
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearings are closed and the resolutions are adopted as amended. For the following items, the legislative hearing officer's recommendation is to continue the public hearings to the dates that I will note. Item 18, RLH SAO 21-46, 2078 Bush Avenue, July 28th. Item 19, RLH SAO 21-57, 1450 Dale Street North, July 28th. Item 28, RLH TA 21-271, 1238 Marion Street, September 1st. And item 32, RLH TA 21-259, 976 Rose Avenue East, October 20th. The motion is to continue the public hearings to the dates.
So moved by Ms. Yang. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang.
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The public hearings are continued. And for the following items, the legislative hearing officer's recommendation is to refer to legislative hearing for the dates that I will note. Item 26, RLH TA 21-291, 329 Lawson Avenue West, October 5th. And item 33A, RLH TA 21-296, 1297 7th Street West, August 17th. So the motion is to refer the legislative hearings to those dates.
So moved by Ms. Naker. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Jalali,
Aye.
Naker,
Aye.
Tolbert,
Yes.
Yang.
Aye.
Council President Brenmon.
Aye.
5 in favor, no one opposed. The resolutions are referred to legislative hearing. And that's it.
All right. All right. That brings us to the end of our agenda. It's been a quiet month on the agenda front here. I think people are saving up for the big return to the council chambers, which was coming up in about a month. Any news from the wards or things to share before we adjourn today? Ms. Naker.
Thanks, Council President. This is technically after our meeting next week, but it's right after, so I want to give people plenty of time to prepare. Party for the Parks is being hosted by the St. Paul Parks Conservancy. It's next Wednesday, July 28th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Harriet Island Park in Ward 2. And it is the newest fundraiser in town to celebrate your award-winning parks. We'll hear and honor outstanding park volunteers and raise much-needed funds to support our parks. So all are welcome, and it should be a great time.
And I am going to be there. It looked like a lot of fun. And one of the things I loved about that event was that there was price points for that fit anyone's budget. If you had a little bit more to throw at the event, you could. And if you had a little bit less, that works too. So it should be an inclusive and fun evening in a beautiful location. So I'll see you there.
I'll see you there.
Ms. Jalali.
Thank you. So like everything is happening in Ward 4 this weekend. So I have 3 different things to tell you about, and I'll go fast. So the first is I appreciate the folks at Transition Town who are a neighborhood committee that works on sustainability and climate action issues. They're holding an Emergence Festival. I believe it's from 2 to 6 p.m. at Como Lake, and the theme is about resiliency and climate justice in the pandemic, and sort of coming together to talk about what we've learned in the pandemic about sustainability and resilience, and then just like meeting great community organizations who do that work. And it's at the lake from 2 to 6. The Urban Lights Record Store, which is the, I believe, first and only Black-owned record shop in Minnesota, is hosting a parking lot block party from 12 to 4 with other Black businesses in the Midway, like Earth's Beauty Supply, Blessing Salon, and then KMOJ and other great community organizations. So if you want to come out to the Midway from 12 to 4, they will have food, games, family events, and fun. And then lastly, the Chromosome Mural Festival is back. And so you can come and see amazing art from Twin Cities artists. And it starts, I believe, 10 a.m. Saturday. These are literally all happening Saturday. If you want to spend your entire Saturday in Ward 4 at community events like I will be, you can do that. So lots of amazing opportunities for public art and supporting local business. And hope to see you out there at one of those.
That is awesome. And so much, and
So
that's
much.
like one tiny little window into all the great things happening into St. Paul. It's amazing.
Yes.
Mr. Tolbert.
Yeah, I just want to add, this morning I had the opportunity to go to Highland Library and do story time. And I asked the librarians and the staff there, is there anything that we can do to help? And they said, just please remind people that we are now fully open. We want people back in the libraries. There's story time. The computers are open. Study rooms are open. Meeting rooms are open. So if community people are looking for meeting rooms, all that stuff is reopened. They still have, the computers are distanced and things like that, but they are fully open to check out books. They don't have the limits on number of people in, but they really want people back. Highland was pretty packed this morning for story time, and it was great to see all the kids with their parents there. But just to put that reminder out there and for us to spread that to our constituencies and stuff, to go back to the libraries. They are open again and they are happy to see people. And I was happy to be back in Highland Library with a lot of people for the first time in a long time. So.
That's great. It's a great reminder. And I will just say that it looks like at least 3 of us here are downtown. And I know that it's an interesting experience kind of coming back and walking around on the streets, coming to the businesses for lunch and just starting to feel things come alive here. It's even different than 3 weeks ago. There's more people. There's actually traffic on the way out of town. I'm like, what? Traffic? But it's things are changing in terms of opening up, and I appreciate your mention of that. I know that we're going to resume our community office hours at Rice Street Library starting in August, and so that's something that we've loved being at the library, just to be in the vibe of what's going on there and having those community office hours there. So I can't wait to take you up on that suggestion and get back in there. So thank you. Any other news or thoughts before we go? All right, sounds like a big weekend ahead of us. There's nothing more to come before us. We are adjourned. Thanks all.